Hello everyone, and welcome to Createful Art, the place that you can learn to paint and be creative. I'm Ashley Krieger. Today I'm going to show you how to paint this fun, colorful llama inspired by the country of Peru. The vicuñas is a wild relative of the llama, and it's the national animal of Peru. The Peruvian culture is very linked to these llamas, and they love to decorate the llamas with fun little trinkets, and so that's what we're going to do today. Is we're going to paint a llama and decorate it. You just need a few simple supplies to get started. I have listed them over here to the left and in the description. Go ahead and grab your art lesson plan and use it to help you match and mix your colors, and then once your colors are on your palette, you're ready to begin. The first step is painting your background. Grab your 1-inch flat brush, and I'm going to just add white to my canvas and a little bit of the black, and I'm going to make a gray background. I'm using a choppy brush stroke so that I get a textured background. If you want to paint the sides of your canvas, you can go ahead and do that as well. It does not matter if your background is wet or dry before you go on to the next step. In this step, you're going to sketch your llama using your watercolor pencil. Use your reference photo or the traceable in the art lesson plan to help you. Some people think that tracing is cheating, and it's absolutely not. I often teach drawing skills to my students, and one of the first things that I teach them is to trace, because when you're tracing, your brain's actually learning a lot about where shapes go and how they make formations. So see this nose, I'm putting curved lines in certain places, and I'm putting this line underneath that, and then I'm going to put these U shapes right here to meet that line, that vertical line, and those lines in those positions are making the shape of the llama's mouth. So the next level is trying to look at your reference photo and without tracing it, learning to observe how the lines are and what they look like and where they're located, and getting those right, and then you can actually draw anything. So I'm going to add a little bit more detail than what I have in my traceable, but I always do that so that you can get creative with it. You can get the basics and then put in your own decorations if you want to, so that you can have a unique painting. So go ahead and get inspired by my painting and draw in some of your own decorations on your llama if you want to get creative. Finish up your sketch and pause the video if you need to, and then we can go on to the next step together. The next step is painting the fur on the llama. So I just have my round brush here, my bigger round brush, and I'm dabbing it into my tan color. And then notice how I go in a swirly motion right here at the top. Where the hair is curly, I go always in the direction of the fur. One of the great things about this painting is that we're painting very loose. We're not trying to go with realistic here. So this is a great time to play around with your brush strokes. On the ears is a little bit less curly and a little wispy. Okay, so now I just grab some of my dark color. You can grab gray or brown, and I'm filling in parts of the ears. Now it's important to create loose brush strokes here, kind of choppy brush strokes so that it looks like fur. So the inner fold of the ear is a dark gray color, and then the outer part of the ear is this light tan color. So I will put the dark part of the ear in. You can use other dark colors such as purple, black, dark brown. It doesn't really matter because this isn't a realistic painting. We're just going with the same value, and that's important. So the basic understanding of painting fur is that you need to go in the direction of the fur with your brush strokes. The other important thing about painting fur is to get the value correct. The thing is, you don't want your black brush strokes up there or your dark brush strokes to start blending with your light. So it's time to move on to a different part of your painting so that you can let the ears dry. See up here on my ear, I gave it a little time to dry, and I can go over it with the lighter color now, and it won't blend with that color. So the sides of the face have that furry texture, but the other parts of the face don't. It'll be a very solid color. So I just want to make sure that I follow that as far as in my reference photo. Under the chin, that's a very dark area because it's shadowed there. The light can't hit it. It's underneath the chin. So grab your black, and then this other area underneath the bell that's going to go around the neck. Around the face area, it's a smoother fur and it's a light color. So I'm just using my white. So I can just smudge this color in and blend a little bit, and then we can go on to the next step. In this step, we're going to paint the mouth, nose, and eyes. So you should have already sketched your llama, and so you're just basically following the lines with black. I'm using my 1/2 inch brush to get a nice line here, but you can use your detail or your round brush. It's just whatever feels comfortable to you. And then add a bit of dark gray to the chin, just right underneath the mouth. So then I'll go back in, I'll get some black, and then I'm just gonna follow the lines of the nostrils here. I'm gonna add a curved line above the nostrils. Just a slight little curved line right here. Let that dry. Grab some black, and then I'm gonna follow the outline of the nose. I can fill in the nose with colors that are the same value. So I could use a gray, and then that would give a more realistic look, or purple. This purple color is a very close value to what I'd use if it was gray, or I can use the blue color because that's a similar value, and that just gives a playful look to my llama because these aren't realistic colors. Between the nose and the mouth, there's a little bit more of a darker value, so I just wiped off my brush and I'm adding a little bit of blue there. That's a little bit too dark, so I'll go in and I'll soften that with white. This just shapes out the llama's face a little bit more so that I can see where things will belong on the face as I get ready for the next step, adding decor. So you can add decor right now if you want to. So I just needed to add the first layer on those. So now I'm grabbing my detail brush and I'm going to add black to it, and I'm going to start working on the eyes. So I'm just following the lines again, so just the eyelid here, and then I can make it thick if I want to make it thick, or keep it thin. So that's why I'm using that brush, and for a thicker line I just press more on the brush, or I go over it more times. So I just made some eyelashes there, and now I'm going to create some darker areas on the very inside of the eye, and then follow the line on the bottom part of the eye. And then I'm going to work on the eyelid here. So now we're going to fill in the eye, and I leave a spot in the middle of the eye. It's kind of a small rectangle, and I leave that to be the light shining off of the eye. So I leave it white. And before we go on to the next step, we really want to make sure that our llama is the way that we want it. Go ahead and adjust yours to your liking before we go on to the next step. So now we're going to paint the decor on our llama. This is the most creative and fun part of the painting for me anyways. I hope it is for you too. We add decor to the llama, and I want you to get ideas from the reference photo and from my painting. You can also get some online and then have fun playing around and decorating your llama the way that you would like to. We're now to the last step, which is all about getting in your final touches, which have to do with your personal preferences. So you're basically taking away the reference photo right now. If you have one and you're not following along exactly here, you're just making changes to your painting that you want to make. So look back, see if there's anything that bugs you. If a color's bugging you, then you can change that. You can go over anything because this is acrylics. You could maybe add more detail to something if you want to add more detail, or take away some detail. The changes and the ideas of what to change all come from within you. I'm just giving you some ideas of things that I might want to do. And look what we accomplished here together today. If you feel like you need more instruction than what is in this tutorial, go ahead and become a member. You get access to the full tutorials and a reference photo to help you paint along. You can also get an art lesson that goes with this tutorial on my website, createfulart.com, and includes those things as well as an art lesson. If you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm thankful that you have chosen me to help you become a better artist. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited to show you the next painting and explore more of Peru while we make more art. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so that you don't miss out on that, and I'll see you in my next video.